Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, when it comes to spiritual awakening or spiritual enlightenment, it is important to witness yourself. Why? Because the truth exists within. And to figure out the truth, one must be aware of oneself. One must turn the awareness back to oneself. That is the start. And doing that itself is the first inward journey, disengaging from the world and being part of oneself. Now, witnessing oneself is tough, it's challenging. Why? Because our whole life has been the outward movement, focusing the world. And when we start to change gear to focus on oneself, it is tough because of the habit, because of the conditioning. And even we are interested, in the path, in the beginning, we lose the focus quickly. And when we lose the focus quickly, it's okay. That's the phase we have to go through. And building the practice will help us to prolong the awareness to ourselves. When we feel the challenge, it's easy to give up. And, giving up is not the way to figure things out. Staying in the practice, even we experiencing the challenge, is the way to get better. Not just the spiritual practice, in anything in life, isn't it? When we try something new, it's always challenging. Especially the spiritual journey is even more challenging, is because it's the opposite flow. Now, when it's challenging, we don't have to force ourselves to, to be part of the work. We can make a, habit of witnessing ourselves. And, we do the practice as much as we can without the control, without over-efforting. Today you might be able to do, 30 seconds, fine. And whenever you get a free time, whenever you're free, try to witness again. In a day, just in a day, you can witness a lot of times. The practice may be short, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, minute, doesn't matter. But remembering to come back and keep doing it is the way to get better. And again, the more we do it, the better we get, and the more we can prolong the focus inwardly. Now, I hear this from the world that, hey, I cannot witness myself because there's nothing to focus. This is another scenario, isn't it? We always have something to focus. There's a focal point, and then we work on that. And this witnessing yourself, there's no concrete focus or focal point to focus on. You yourself is the focal point. And if you have a hard time just witnessing yourself without specific focus, then you can just focus on your body first. Focusing on your body also works because you are still disengaging from the world and just focusing on the body. That is still the inward journey. You are still maintaining the witness approach in the body. And when you are able to anchor yourself in the bodily approach, then the practice starts to expand in watching the mind. Whether you're watching the mind, watching the body, or just witnessing, either way is fine. Still witnessing yourself. Okay? So you make the habit to do this practice. Remember to come back to this practice. Now, another good thing about this practice is when you witness yourself, you are also inviting the calmness of the mind, the calmness in the body. One of the reasons we practice meditation is to invite that relaxation. The witnessing yourself, turning the awareness back to yourself, also brings you that brings you the relaxed quality in you. And this practice is like one bullet, two target. You are relaxing and also you are witnessing inwardly. So, it's better compared to, inviting another layers to anchor. So I highly recommend you to just witness without adding any layers in your mind, so that way, you're staying empty. Beside relaxation, you are anchoring your awareness. Once you anchor your awareness, then we can use that, awareness in deepening the spiritual work, which comes later in dismantling the mind. If you can sit with yourself, watching yourself, then it's impossible to watch the mind, to dismantle the mind. So that's why it is important to sit with yourself, by watching yourself. And by the way, this witness is needed in the beginning to create the foundation, and the same witness in you will help you to see the truth. You will catch yourself in the process. And when you catch yourself, when you are being part of the, dismantling and who am I inquiry, that's where you break free from all the limitation in your life. You break free from your mind, the mind that is creating so much inner conflict, drama, fear. That will happen. The witness is the one that will make you see what is true in you and also the flaws in you. And seeing the truth is the way to drop the flaws. This witnessing is needed in the spiritual work, in dissolving the mind, and same witness is needed to be part of the world. This is the key to life, the essential key to life, to live a happy life inside and outside. So that is, important. Now, let's talk about a little bit of challenge here. When we feel the challenge in witnessing, we give up. Why do we give up? Now, this is the reason. Being part of the outer world is fun, isn't it? All the fun is out there. You are experiencing the dynamics of life, coloring your consciousness. And to be part of that world is easier than being part of the inward journey. It's hard to be part of the inward journey just observing. And at some point, the boredom comes in. And this boredom comes in because the inward journey is about stepping away from the fun. And especially the ego self in us, doesn't like to be part of the empty, being part of the lonely journey. Again, the ego self doesn't like it because the ego self is about experience, it's about upgrade, it's about refinement, it's about adding stuff. And spiritual journey is the opposite of adding. In the beginning, the ego self loved the spiritual idea, because the spiritual idea itself is the highest upgrade for the ego self. But at some point, the ego self reject this whole process, is because the spiritual journey is about the death of the ego. And when the ego feels or ego self understands that it's about letting go of the identity, letting go of the ego existence, then that's where the ego makes ego detached from the spiritual path. Ego makes us let go the inward journey. But letting go is not the way to letting go of the practice is not the way to be free. Letting go of the real practice is the way to involve in the same conflict, same drama in life. And being part of the spiritual path in the first place is to live our life fearlessly, to dissolve the fear. And giving up the path is not the way to dissolve. So we have to have that reflective work coming in when we are losing the practice. When the boredom creeps in and we give up, and we have to remember why this path is important. And again, if we witness ourselves, we see the ups and downs, and every time we feel the ups and downs, we can ask ourselves why I'm feeling this fluctuation in my practice, to maintain the practice itself. And that can be an inquiry to figure out why we give up. Okay, anyway, the reason to I make this video is to remind you that witnessing is the essential part of the spiritual work, as well as the outward journey. This is the process to create an inward journey. This is a process to understand yourself more, and eventually to figure out the truth. So this is the start. Also, this is the middle, and this is the end. The witnessing has to be there the whole time. So think about it. Sometimes people say that enlightenment or spiritual awakening is not for them. It's fine. But if it's spiritual awakening is not for you, the outer movement is for you. To be free in the outer movement, to make your life happen, to make your life go smooth and happen in a way that you are creating something for yourself, and also maintaining the simplicity. You still need the witnessing approach coming in. So it works inward and outward both. So make witness meditation is your make your witness meditation your lifestyle. because it's going to help you tremendously. It helped me tremendously to move from the conflict to freedom within and outside. And you can do the same if you are experiencing, limitation, experiencing whatever limitation you're facing. Start adding the witness meditation, start involving in a witness meditation, invite witness meditation in your life, and that will help you to start solving the issue from your life. Anyway, this is long already, right? Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you're enjoying the backward movement, and yeah, take care for now. See you in the next video. Bye.